Hello everyone, Christmas Eve, baby, Merry Christmas Eve. I don't know if you can say that, but Happy Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. I will be doing a video on Christmas like I'm doing on Christmas Eve. Can't miss a day. That's just how I keep discipline. Actually, that's kind of funny. I was going to talk about opinions, right? And how our opinions uh, emphasize and accentuate and exacerbate our pains, our anxieties. But speaking about discipline and habits, that's kind of where I want to go today. So, a lot of people think they're not very disciplined. And discipline, they don't have a lot of discipline. A lot of people think they don't have a lot of discipline. And I I would agree with that, but people talk about it as if it's a genetic code to your makeup, that it's something you're born with. They see something like Jocko Willink and David Goggins, and they almost have to associate, or they associate discipline with something that's inherent. I want you to remind you, so look up David Goggins if you don't know him. He's a wildly astounding physical specimen. Let's just say that. He's done ultra marathons. He's been in multiple special forces throughout the militaries. He's crazy, and he's done things that are beyond, almost like beyond human capability. Like in his basic military training. No. When he was in SEALs, Bud's training, the 2 weeks of like horror for um, Navy SEALs. I think in the second week, he literally broke his shin and he kept going. He didn't even know he broke his shin. He just kept going. And it's stuff like that. It's that grit and discipline that people associate with people like David Goggins and Jocko Willing, that they think it's I don't even know. It's not on me. It's not, I can't do it. Well, first off, David Goggins, I think reading Can't Hurt Me, his autobiography, after he got out of the Air Force, he was a rat exterminator. And he got up to like high 200 pounds, hefty boy. And do you think he was disciplined in these times? No, he wasn't. He had to learn how to be disciplined. He had to um, cultivate that in himself and learn and adapt and try to be better at discipline and get into the habit of it. And now he's cultivated so much that he probably doesn't even think about it. The voice of like anxiety, fear of laziness is probably so small that he hears it, but he's made it a habit to just bolt through it. So it's so small and weak that it's almost like he doesn't even care it's there anymore. So one thing I want to talk about in this video is things you can do to cultivate that habit of discipline, of starting to create your discipline if you're starting from nothing. So for me, one of the biggest things I think people can incorporate in their lives to, let's say, start the process of becoming more disciplined is a habit formation. So, and specifically in habit formation is, if you want to do something, if you have a goal or vision, easy example is working out. It is physical exercise, right? Set whatever your goal or your habit or your expectations so low that you have no reason not to do them. For example, a good example is if you want to get a bigger chest or you want to start working out. Tell yourself, I'm going to do 5 push-ups, or if you can't even do 5 push-ups, 2 push-ups every day. most people push back on that and say, how am I going to get a bigger with just 2 or 3 push-ups? And I will tell you, you don't. What you're doing is you're tricking the mind. Like we talked about last video with the glasses broken, it's not true that you're going to get a like buff or skinny with just 2 or 3 push-ups. But what it does is it forces your mind to say, and forces you to say, what, can I not do just 2 push-ups? It's like, I have no reason not to like get down and just knock out 2 push-ups. There's no reason. It's like there was a Zen master that I read about who talk about breathing exercises, and he would tell his students, just once a day, do 1 big breath in and 1 breath out. And it's the same concept. It's like, do I really have a reason not to do it? And why they tell you to do this is because, 1, you don't have a reason not to do it, right? You can make up 100 reasons why you don't want to go to the gym, right? Or you don't want to run, or you don't want to do this. But to do 2, 3 push-ups, to breathe once during the day, like, you move more than that. You breathe more than that. So it doesn't give you, it puts your excuses in a corner. But the second thing it does, and this is really amazing, is once you start doing it, you find you do it more than what is asked for. So you tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to do 2 push-ups a day. You get down there, you do 2 push-ups. Maybe the first day you're like, I don't want to do any. Hey, second day you do 2 push-ups, you don't want to do any more. Third day you're like, do 2 push-ups, and then you do a third and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even realize I did 3 push-ups. Okay. Next day, hey, you do 3 push-ups, and then you're like, I can do a little bit more. I can do a little bit more of this exercise. So you do 10. You do 10 push-ups. And the next day, hey, you're still expecting 2 push-ups. You do 2 push-ups. You're like, I can do a little bit more, but you can't do as much as you did the next day. For whatever biological reasoning or whatever's happening in your body, you just do 5. Well, you did what you said you were going to do, right? You said you did 2 to 3 push-ups. Good. Check that off our list. Next day, oh, you know what? I can do 15. I'm not going to do 15 this time. I did 1, 2. Okay, I can do 15. You go. So it's that tricking of your mind, right? It's not the brute discipline of saying, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. If I don't do this, I'm a failure. No. It's tricking your mind into, it's pushing your mind and yourself into a corner where you have no excuses to do it, and then getting to a point where you're realizing you're better than you think you are. You're more capable than you think you are. And once you get that, then you start rolling the confidence as well. Because now you're on a streak, right? So now it's, oh wow, I've been doing this for 7 days. Oh my God. I've never done 7 days in my life of push-ups. Well, maybe I could do this for sit-ups. Let me incorporate just like, I just do 2 push-ups and 2 sit-ups. Then you do that, and maybe you do some more sit-ups. And that's when you start rolling, right? Everyone thinks New Year's is right around the corner. They do the New Year's resolution and think, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. When they haven't went to the gym for the last 9 months. That's a hefty obstacle to get past, right? Because going to the gym is such a large chunk of your time, right? If you don't have it going to work, you have to drive out of your way maybe 5 minutes, and then you have to make sure you pack everything, you get all your clothes, right? Or you go straight home, and you do your hour, like 30 minutes to an hour workout, and you go straight home. That's like 45 minutes to your day. That 45 minutes of pressure to your day of someone who might be busy, someone who might have kids, who might have a wife, right? So it's like they're swinging for the fences, but it's like, no, practice with the T-ball on it and go from there. Start with just 2 push-ups, 2 or 3 push-ups, right? Put that as your limit. And then once you get into the habit of actually like doing these push-ups, doing these 2 to 3 push-ups a day, and you do it for 2 weeks, you extend a little bit. You go out a little bit more outside your comfort zone, right? So I do 2 to 3 push-ups. Maybe I buy a pull-up bar and I do 1 pull-up because now I'm strong enough to do a pull-up. Okay, well, 1 pull-up and 2 to 3 push-ups a day, and then 2 to 3 sit-ups. Like that's not even 5 minutes. That's probably not even a minute. Oh, I can do that. And then you do more of it. And then you expand, right? It's this concept of you're starting somewhere, right? Imagine yourself in the dark, right? You're starting with your little light, right? You don't just go run forward and see what happens. You explore, right? You go out of your comfort zone just barely, right? Right, so this is your circle. Well, what you know, this is you not doing any exercise, and now you're like, okay, I want to explore the darkness a little bit. I want to explore and get a little uncomfortable, right? It's a little uncomfortable to go to the darkness. Let me explain a little bit. Let me walk around the circle and see what's going on. Okay, I see that. Okay, that's the 2 to 3 push-ups. Okay. Hey, well, I do that pretty consistently. Like I know, this area, and I'm pretty comfortable with it now. Okay, let's expand a little bit more, right? And expand. And you do that with any concept, right? Discipline. If you have extreme anxiety, like a big one for males is talking to women, right? I don't go talk to the hottest woman you see if you've never really talked to a woman before. Like I go to a girl that doesn't get talked to a lot, right? And see how you do there. Create a connection, a relationship with them, and then branch out a little bit. And maybe don't even start with women. If you're so anxious about communication and talking with people, maybe you should talk to someone who you think might be friendly to you, right? And someone who might be willing to listen to you, to talk to you, that might not be so anxiety provoking. So this concept of just slowly getting out of your comfort zone is within all of it. And it goes back to the just discipline and habits, right? That's how you create habits. It's just slowly getting out of your comfort zone, setting the expectations super low so you force your mind into a corner for no excuses, and then it becomes comfortable, and then you keep going, and then you keep going, and then you keep going. So hopefully you take that for your New Year's resolution and go with it. Don't try in any New Year's resolution to do something so beyond your capabilities. Start small. See the progress. Let's create the habit, and then go from there. And then you start cultivating discipline. Maybe not David Goggins or Jocko Willink discipline, but enough discipline for you and what you need to do in your life and for what you value, because that's what's important. It's not Jocko, it's not Goggins, it's you. It's what's important for you. Budge. 14 minutes. I always think I'm gonna do less than I actually am, and I could talk even more. It's like I don't know what's happening. But like I said, happy Christmas Eve. I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, if you need anything, just give me an email. I don't know if I'll get to it if like I said, if this is 5 years from now, and I have a lot of emails coming in from multiple people, but I just do it anyways. Just know I'm there for you even if I don't respond. So appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night. Bye.